Hey everybody. So today I'm going to show you how to create um, a collage on PicMonkey. So I'm going to share my screen with you. Okay. All right, so you go into PicMonkey.com and what you want to do is choose, go to design and choose the type of design, what size you want to make. If you want to make a Facebook cover, or this is really the most common one to create a Facebook post. So we're going to go into the square. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is take out the background of the picture that I'm going to use. So it's already open for you. When you go into PicMonkey, you need to pick transparent canvas and you need to hit apply. Okay, the next step is go into the butterfly and then my computer, and you're going to pick whatever picture you are looking to use. So I just find my picture that I want to use. Where is it? Okay, here it is. Okay, so you double click it and it comes on to your screen. You're going to open it up. You're going to make it big so you can start erasing the background. Now, if you look down here, it has a percentage and you can scroll in. So that way, if you have like a tight corner that you need to erase, you get a better view of it than if it was back here. Okay, but to start, I'm gonna have it like that. So you're gonna go to your eraser and you wanna make your eraser big and keep the hardness pretty high, okay? Because we're just gonna erase the background now. So you just hold down the mouse and you just erase it. You wanna make sure you get everything because you don't want anything to show up when you're done. So go around the hand. And you wanna get as much as you can and as close as you can so that way when you do use a smaller eraser, you don't have that much that you have to do. There we go. Just go back and forth, erasing this. You want to get rid of all of this. Just try to get as close as you can. Now, if you make a mistake, and let's say by accident your hand slips, like that, you can go up here and go to the paintbrush and paint your leg back in, okay? You can also, if it's your last move, you can delete it up here, up top. That'll undo. So you can, what I do is if I get too close and I need to go back and make like my skin come back in, at the very end, I'll touch it up with the paintbrush to like make it perfect. Okay. I just like to get as much out of the picture before I switch to a smaller eraser. Okay, so now that I've gotten a lot out, all right, so now I'm gonna make my eraser smaller, somewhere like around 40, 38, and I'm gonna make the hardness way less, like somewhere around 17. What the hardness does is it makes it blend when you get close to your body instead of just making like a rigid line. So that way, if you do make a mistake, it's not so obvious. And you kind of just come along the side. If you're having trouble, like I said, you could scroll in to see it better. And so see that like tiny spot by my neck? I'm gonna come back with a smaller eraser for that. So I just go around. Again, if I make a mistake, it's okay. It's not permanent. Come down here. It's really dark in there, so I'm gonna come back to that part because I need to scroll in because I can't see exactly what it is. Down my leg. And at first, your hand is going to be really wobbly when you do this, but it's just something that with time and practice, you get better at. So don't get frustrated. Really, it didn't take me that long to get good at this. The first time I did it, I was frustrated, but you just play with it. You can always correct it. And then let's say like I didn't want my foot in the picture, then you just erase the foot. If you wanted it, you know, just to be like above, then you would erase all of this. Whatever you want to do. I find it easier to go down doing this than to go up like that. I'm better at it going down, but you can play around with it. You just want to get all of this out of here. You see how there's this little darkness here, so you kind of just go in and tap it. Little spots. Get around my hand. Also, when you pick a background, you don't want to pick like really a solid background because it's going to show. Any imperfection is going to show. So if you pick like, I like to use like a brick background, or my favorite is my favorite background is a wooden background. I'm going to zoom in a little bit to this spot and to over here. It's hard to tell where it ends. Yeah, so I like to use a wooden background. It really blends things in if you miss a spot or, okay, so make the eraser a little smaller for this smaller spot. Smaller. If you make the eraser really small, it's kind of hard to control. So you don't want to go too small, but okay, let's get in here. Okay, that looks good. Let's shrink it back down. Okay. And then I like to actually make the eraser really big again and just make sure everything, because sometimes you don't realize you miss little spots. Oh, there we go. So I just like to go over it, like get really close one more time. Make sure you got all the outline spots. Just that it's perfect, because once you save it, you can't go back in really and fix it. Okay, all right. Now look, I just want to show you like on my toes, it's smaller. Actually, that looked pretty good. But see, I just added a little bit back in with the paintbrush right here on my leg. I want to add a little bit back in because I cut off my leg a little bit. And the last thing we want to do, especially as Beachbody coaches, is alter our image. So, all right, so that's good. Okay, so now I'm going to save this. That's go away. And it's going to be onesie pose, and you can save it to your desktop. You can save it to PicMonkey. I'll save it to my desktop for right now. Okay, so now that's done. So now I'm going to X out of this. Come on. Here we go. And now I'm going to start my actual collage. So I don't need to take out any background or anything, so I don't need to make a transparent canvas. What I want to do is go to the butterfly and get my own, and I'm going to find what I just did. There it is. And I'm going to make it bigger. Okay, and it actually came out pretty good. Do you see like right here, there's like a little bit left over and kind of like by my knee? You can take the eraser and you can erase that so it's not in this picture and make my knee look a little bit better if I do that. Okay, there's like a little bit up here that I want to get rid of to make it not look so choppy. Okay. All right, so we're done with that. So now I'm going to place this. Let's say, and you can also watch this. You can turn it if you go to there. So like maybe I want it to look like that, like I was kind of doing a back bend, which is kind of cool looking. So I'm going to leave it like that. I'm going to place it over here. And now there's so many different things that you can choose from, okay? So we're just gonna kind of go through it quickly. Let's say I want to add text actually first to this. So I'm going to click on the teeth, and it takes a second. And you pick which one you want. This is my favorite. So you pick the kind and you add text. All right, so you double click and you write, join my fitness challenge. Okay, and let's say I want this to be centered, that. Okay, and let's say I want it to be sideways, so I can do that. Put that there, and then let's say I want the color to be different. So I click on it, and there's actually, watch this. Let's say I want it to be the color of the top of these shorts to match it. You want to put it really close, but so you click on here, you get the dropper. Dropper always sticks on me. And you bring it wherever you bring the dropper, whatever color you go over, that's what color it will change into. And it never cooperates with me. Come on. That's why I like to bring it close. There we go. So I want it to be that color, so that changed it to this kind of like darkish blue. If I wanted it to be, let's say, my skin color, go back. There's my skin color. Okay, match my skin color. I want it to match my shirt color. Whatever you want. Okay, I'm gonna leave it to the top of those shorts. So it's kind of like a blue. So now what I want to do is go back into the butterflies, and I'm going to add something like this. And I want this to take up some space over here. Right? And I'm just going to be playing around with this, but let's say I want okay, something that I always use is the banners. Okay, and so let's make their banner go like this because you want it underneath. And what you do, you can make it bigger. Now, if you like that size of the banner, if you hold down Shift and pull it, that size will stay. Okay. If you don't hold down Shift and you pull it, the size will get bigger. Okay, so you have to hold down Shift. If you want it. So let's say I wanted it to be really small. I would set it, and then I hold down Shift, and it stays that size to be really small. Okay, and now I want to center this a little bit more. Make sure this is pulled all the way to the end. Okay. Another thing that I like to use are the corners. Let's pick this one, and you'll see it. So you put it up in the corner. Now you can make it smaller by doing that, bigger. And if you want them to be the exact same size in the other corner, let's say, if you right-click it, you can duplicate overlay, and the exact same size will come up. And let's move me over to here. Now let's click my corner. Now watch this. Now I want it to turn, so I come over here and I can flip it. And I can do that with it. Okay? Also watch this. If I take my body and I want it to go the other way, I could just flip it. I could do it like that, like that. Okay, so if like your body is facing the wrong way, you can fix it. Now watch this. Now I want my head to be on top of this thing. So I click on, get off the body. So I click on here. I click send to back. Send backwards. Not going. Send backwards. Not going. All right. I'll figure that out with the, I'll show you that with the background. Okay, so let's say I want to add in, I don't know, some roses for fun. Here's a rose. You can fade it. You can fade the rose. You can make it brighter. You change the color of the rose. You can again use the dropper to make it match. You know, if I wanted it to match my shorts or whatever I was wearing, I would take the dropper. Dropper gives me such a hard time. I hope this doesn't give you a hard time on every computer. I hope it's for some reason it sticks on mine. But anyway, so you would go to whatever color you want. And let's make it darker. Make it dark. All right. So now let's say I want to put my rose right in the middle of this. I know this doesn't really make sense as a picture, but I'm just showing you different things you can do. Another one that I love is the sparkle stars. So let's say I want sparkle stars on my shirt, okay? Or a lot of times I'll put them on the this border or whatever. and put them over here. Or let's say I put them on the rose. Okay, so I want sparkles on the rose. And then let's say I want more sparkles on my shirt, and you can stretch them out. Again, same thing. If you hold down shift, it will just go straight out. Now watch this. Let's say I see this big sparkle in the middle. Let's say I don't want that. So I go to the eraser and I go right over that and we'll take it away. Okay, so like see these sparkles on my neck. So let's say I don't want those. So you just erase them. Okay, let's say over here on the, oh, well, we'd have to collect that. Okay, so see how the sparkles came in? That's one of my favorite things. I just want to show you just little things. Like, let's say we want to put a hat on me. Okay, so I would turn it. It would probably fall off the way that I'm standing. And obviously you need to make it smaller. Okay. Party hat on me. All right, and then you can delete it if you don't want it. And then the last thing I want to show you are the backgrounds. And so these are all the backgrounds that are on here. You can use your own background if you Google like gray backgrounds, gray wood backgrounds, you'll find it. But let's say I want to use these backgrounds. So there's the clouds. Now I can make it, saturate it, make it look much brighter, make it look like a cloudy day. Throw this in there. I could do light, so we want to discard that. I could do light. Keep going, not light. I could do bursts. I could do space. I really like this one. I really like that one. I like this one a lot that I use. I like the bricks. Okay. And I just want to show you really quickly. If you go back to the butterfly and you go to your own, my computer, I'm going to go to my PicMonkey pics because I have some backgrounds that I saved. Okay, so I saved this glitter dots. Okay, so it's going to come up and I'm going to make it really big. It's going to cover over everything. Don't worry. And then I'm going to right click and you're going to click send backward. Sorry, send back. And then it goes all the way to the back. So that's pretty much it. And you can bring in any picture. If you wanted to bring in another picture that you've made through PicMonkey of yourself, or okay, let me bring in this one. So now here's me again. So this is how I'll like bring in two pictures, my before and afters. And you can place yourself right there. Okay, and that's it. That's how you do it. So I hope this helps. I definitely played around with it to figure it out. But if you have any questions, you guys always know where to find me. Leave me a message, comment what you think, and I will talk to you all later. All right, bye.